Hello everyone. It's my pleasure to introduce you to the products that we develop in our manufacturing engineering additive manufacturing startup. Before I do that, let me give you a quick introduction to additive manufacturing, or as it's popularly also known as 3D printing. There are many different additive manufacturing processes which are used in different industries and use different materials. Within Siemens, we're mostly focusing on industrial additive manufacturing as it's used by our aerospace and defense, automotive, energy, and medical customers, just to name a few. Um, Siemens is also, and I'm not sure if everybody knows that, but one of the bigger industrial additive manufacturing users. We use it in our gas and power division, but you also find usages in our mobility and health and news groups. Yeah. Within Siemens Digital Industry Software, we're on a mission to try and become the #1 software provider for additive manufacturing within the next few years. There's a very clear business plan with a big focus on additive manufacturing and the software that we need for that. Um, what's very important for us is that we do not want to introduce a dedicated additive manufacturing software solution. Instead, we're looking at additive manufacturing as just another manufacturing process. So it's just like CNC machining, as an example, or forming and casting. It's just a manufacturing process. And it's just not a one step like the replicator, one step does all. If you, for instance, take powder bed fusion as a process, you need to manufacture, you need to plan a full process from setting up the machine, loading it with the powder, printing it, but then you're not done. You need to take the part out of the printer, you need to remove the powder, you may need to heat treat the parts, you may need to finish machine them, you may need to inspect them, and then you may need to ship them. So additive manufacturing has new requirements in this entire chain of end-to-end software capabilities that Siemens is offering. So we're looking at additive again as an end-to-end process for which we need to add new capabilities to our complete product line. So we're looking at new capabilities within our design. We're adding topology optimization, lattice structures. Convergent modeling is a big enabler as well. So in addition to everything we already have in our NX design world, we're adding new capabilities that are of main interest to people that design parts for additive manufacturing. We're doing the same for our manufacturing build preparation that I'll talk about a little bit more. It's an integral part of everything we do, and it has to coexist with our CNC CAM functionality, with our CMM inspection programming functionality. As I mentioned, it's just another manufacturing process. We add new capabilities into our SimCenter 3D process simulation tools. So when you do a build, you need to be able to simulate it and verify its thermal and mechanical processes and behavior. And you need to identify if this process will actually get the job done, or if your part will distort or deform too much, and if so, what you're going to do to prevent that. We're also adding additional capabilities into our manufacturing operations management software. So when you print parts, that needs to be part of the full end-to-end ordering. So you get orders, you may need to combine parts from different orders into single builds and then separate them out again. You may need full traceability. If these parts go up and fly, then after 30 years, you still need to know how you manufactured each of these parts and where and when. So you need your regular manufacturing execution traceability. So just a few examples. We're adding new additive manufacturing capabilities to our full end-to-end product suite. Within MFE, the focus of my team is on build preparation. And like with any engineering step, you cannot just print a part. You need to think about how you print it. We divide our team into two areas we call fixed plane additive manufacturing and multi-axis additive manufacturing. And you'll see some examples of those technologies. Within fixed plane, we build new parts layer by layer. in a 2.5D type of fashion from usually powder. Within multi-axis, you can use either complex 5-axis machines or robots to build parts that are using much more geometrical complex motions. And you may use different types of material. You may use polymers, plastics. You may use blown powder that you melt into a laser. You may use laser welding. You may use wire arc. So there's many different processes, and that's why there's two teams. One that develops an application with inside NX, and the second, that's the fixed plane, and the second team that develops an application within NXCAM, because it's using all the motion planning that you also need for subtractive machining. And there's actually applications that we call hybrid, where you use both the additive and subtractive operations side by side, one after the other, to manufacture parts that you couldn't manufacture before. If I focus on fixed plane additive, just to give you a bit of a background, what do you really need to do to prepare a part for being printed? First, you need to figure out how you're going to position it in your machine. And then when you figured out what the best position is, then you may need to support it depending on your process. But metal powder bed fusion, for instance, needs the part to be supported, not just to defy gravity, but also to anchor the part to prevent it from being distorted too much, and in general to nail it down to anchor it to the build plate. Those supports will have to be created, those support structures. That support geometry will be printed out of the same material as the finished part, and will then be removed after printing, possibly machined away. So you will see a lot of functionality dealing with designing support structures. Another key aspect is nesting, especially when you do polymers. You may be interested in packing as much as possible of parts within a build tray, and try and get 300, 400, 500 parts in a print. The print will take as long as it will take, and so it's very beneficial if you cramp more parts into the build. So with that, I'd like to thank you for spending the short time with me, and hopefully this was of some interest to you. Thank you very much.